Hello, welcome to the first Director's Take 5 of the Fall 2023 season. I am here with Morgana Wilborn, the director of Peter and the Starcatcher. Are you ready for some questions?
I am totally ready.
All right. Our first question is, what made you interested in directing Peter and the Starcatcher?
You know what? Number one, I'm an alumni of UNT, so anything UNT I am interested in. Love the department. This is the department that quote unquote raised me to be the director that I am today. And I'm happy to come back. This is my second show in the department. The last show I directed was Amazing Grace. And what's wonderful and what makes me say yes is that that show and Peter and the Starcatcher are heavy ensemble, heavy movement, heavy collective work. And so it's a challenging play, but the fact that I get to work with such a phenomenal ensemble is why I say yes.
That leads us into our next question. What is the best part about working with / directing college students?
I have been an educator for over, I don't know, like 13 years or something like that. And I've been a professor. I have worked at Dallas College and UNT Dallas campus. And I don't know, it's the beautiful in-between, right? Of going into your professional life, adulthood, career. And I remember when I was young, all I wanted to do was be an adult, be a grown up. And so being in this space where, you know, I get to work with young professionals who are, you know, taking what they're learning from the classroom space and applying that in their professional work, it's fun. You know, we get to explore. It's people who are budding in their career. And it's a place where I find more exploration in the work. I find people who aren't held back by being on stage or in the work for too long, you know, still with high expectations and who need a space of compassion and respect and understanding, but it allows me to, you know, still work with the youthful aspects of my heart, as well as those who are just hungry to learn.
What is your planning process when it comes to translating plays from paper or script into real life?
Whew. You know, usually it's an easier process. I go through reading the script, learning as much history, planning out what I feel is the blocking based on all of my production meetings with the designers, etc. And then what I do is come into the space, get to know my actors, we read through, and then we use the blocking that I have and begin to put it on its feet. This show has been very interesting for me to try to understand. There's so much happening. We have this joke that goes, "Who wrote this?" And the cast always says the writers of the play. And so I try to understand, like, what were they thinking when they wrote this ensemble piece? It reads almost as if, you know, the people who wrote and workshopped it also, you know, were part of the acting process. Like, you know, I don't know what I have been in. I've been in a lot of immersive and developed work where the ensemble is part of that. And for some reason, this is how it reads. Like a collective wrote this. So it has spaces where you're like, where did that person come from? Where did they go? And so a lot of this process, I did some of the blocking and planning, but I really had to unpack it with my cast. At some points, I'm like, I don't know what this page is talking about. Or they would have to remind me, even yesterday, like, actually, the stage directions say this. So sometimes, you know, in this process, it just takes patience on my cast part, on my part, just to take a moment to understand what's being written, what can I truly convey to the playwright's true words and meaning, and what am I just going to have to modify for the sake of my cast and the space.
What advice would you give to students who are graduating and entering the theater industry?
If for those who have opportunities here already, whether you were able to design, direct, act on stage, I didn't have a lot of those opportunities when I was on campus at the time. It didn't come till much later. For those who have gotten those opportunities, know that the professional world is very different. The expectations are high. The work may not be offered to you so easily. You truly have to understand who is your community and come from a place of non-bias, no privilege, come from a space of not scarcity, but willing to learn and grow and meet new people. If you have not gotten to have those opportunities because of X, Y, and Z, I just offer people to, like for me, I went into education. Not everybody's gonna go into that, but just go to every form of theater or every form of art that you can. Consider creating your own. If you can't tap into the Lord theaters, the community theaters, or even small cultural production groups, who is in your community? Who is in your ecosystem that you can get together with? Always know that theater is a business. You have to know how to show up, how to speak, how to build relationships, and know that how to manage funding, you know, how to manage raising money if you're wanting to create your own. Paperwork, contracts, all of that, you have to wise up. It's way bigger than just a schedule that you were able to get for your college schedule.
Yeah.
So you really need to learn all kind of aspects of business as well, and administration before you go into this work.
Our last question is, what will you be working on after Peter and the Starcatcher?
Oh, that is a great question. You know, I think I'm going to actually take a small break. I am going to be the Director of Artistic Engagement in Kansas City. So I'm moving from Dallas to Kansas City, Missouri. I'll be working at Kansas City Rep. So that's going to be a new adventure. I think I want to get to know the community there. I'm going to officially say goodbye to Dallas at the end of October, and figure out what comes next.
That's so exciting.
I'm really excited.
I'm excited for you.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time with Matthew Gray, the Director of Antigone.